Hey guys, welcome back to another Cultured Boys discussion. I'm Pepe and I'm joined by Nathan, and today we're watching more anime! Yay!
Hey.
Yes, this week we are watching Netflix's The Summer Hikaru Died. And I don't know about you, Nathan, but I don't know if you had like preconceived expectations of what this anime was. I went in completely blind on it.
Mhm.
I just saw some people talking about it, say that it was one of the best animes to come out over the recent times. So I was like, okay,
Okay.
well, like in this, let me see let's see what this is about. So we've gone and tested it.
So to answer your question, I guess I went in thinking or trying to predict what I
Mhm.
thought this was gonna be. Um, Completely wrong, to be
No,
fair.
same, yeah.
Um, but we'll get into that before. Before we get into that, let's hit the old breakdown
Yeah, go on.
as traditions go. So, The Summer Hikaru Died, created by Moku Mokuren, published in Young Ace Jump by Kadokawa Shoten, August 31st, 2021 to present, 7 volumes at time of recording, animated by Cygames Pictures, aired July 6th, 2025 to present, 12 episodes or 1 season. Season 2 has been confirmed. 6 months ago, Hikaru vanished for a week. Now, as his best friend Yoshiki senses something amiss and confronts him, the harrowing truth emerges. Thank you, Netflix.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know about you, but the title, "The Summer Hikaru Died," I
Hmm.
immediately thought it was going to be like a Your Line April kind of thing,
Yeah,
or
same.
like a slice of life kind of
Yeah,
thing. And then you watch the anime and you're like, oh, okay, no, this is completely different to what
yeah,
I expected it to be. Especially with the animation as well. You think, oh, it's going to be like this clean, like emotional series. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is emotional, but
yeah, it is. I thought it was gonna be like an Ao no Hana, you know,
yeah, that exactly that. Yeah, yeah.
literally, because like it's kind of from the art style, it kind of has that like bright colored look and the
Yeah.
title. So you think, oh, it's gonna be a story about how this kid died and how his friends and everyone around him comes to
Mhm.
terms with it. And then it's like episode 1 is like, no, not at
No.
all. We're not doing that.
I think it's we both went in with the preconceived notion that it was gonna be a slice of life because it's all that summer thing, you know, like when they do a summer kind of series,
Yeah.
like your Aldo Hannah's a perfect example of it. It's like, oh, it's gonna be like them like going back and reliving those moments of like, oh, Hikaru like died last year. We're gonna like try and honor his
Right.
memories, but I've been pushing down stuff like that kind of story. I think both of us thought it was going to be like that. And spoiler ahead, because we're going to be. I don't know how many episodes you watch, Nathan. I
I
imagine.
watched it all.
Yep, same here. Yeah, there is going to be spoilers about this series, like from
Yes.
episode 1 to 12. Yeah, it turns into a very supernatural, like, very like at times feels like a Junji Ito kind of thing at points, but
I'm so glad you said that. I thought that too. When I
yeah.
was watching it, I was like, this feels very inspired by the master himself.
Like, I don't know what the manga looks like because obviously I've just watched it. I hadn't actually done any research into it, but looking from the anime, I can imagine the art style for this must be incredible for the manga. Like,
Bro, like
all,
some of the moments has to, right? Like
mm,
you can imagine that because it's a really strange juxtaposition in this anime because you get
yeah,
loads of these moments where it's like, oh, I'm gonna teach him, we're gonna hang out, and we're gonna do normal
mhm,
like countryside teenager stuff,
yeah,
and then some like supernatural like the legends and oh my god they
yeah,
failed and something's happened, it's all effed up, bruh.
yeah,
What is going on? And it's sometimes it feels like whiplash because it happens so quickly as well, like
yeah.
one moment they're just hanging out and they're in class and it's Hikaru, quote unquote. It's like, oh,
hmm
what's this? Oh, haha, I'm a goofball. And then it's like, yo, check this out. Got a hole in my
Yeah.
chest. You want to put your
Yeah.
hand on
Oh,
it?
the hole in the chest thing is some whole other kind of thing that we probably need to talk about at some point
Yeah.
because it just felt
I
really like, oh, okay. I feel like I'm
okay.
intruding here.
I'm glad you said it because I do feel like there is some sort of like light yaoi undertones going on
Like,
here.
yeah, like
You
the
know, like
BL stuff, yeah.
yeah, like I get it. You really love your best friend, and I
Mhm.
truly understand that. Like I love my best friends. You know, like I love my
Mm.
friends, but I not like that.
No, there's like there were certain points I was like, wait, hold on, was Yoshiki like in love with Hikaru at some points? Because at some points, like obviously the relationship is like they're just a really good friends and stuff like that.
Mm,
But then at points you think, wait, was there more to this? Like I started
right?
thinking like, wait, is this a different like a series that I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this twist or something like that, like that he was in love with his best friend or something like that, and
Well, it also feels like you get it from the other side as well, because like
Mm,
Hikaru is also like really possessive at times in a
yeah,
worrying way because of well, we don't know what the fuck it is really.
I think it's really early. It's really early days where I think he's messaging. I can't remember her name now. The spirit medium which helps him out
Mm,
a little bit throughout the series. And Hikaru's like, "Where were you yesterday? Like, I saw you had
yeah, yeah,
messages from
yeah.
someone." And it was like, "Oh, okay, hold on a second. This, but obviously, this is the Nonuki as we're well thinking that it's called anyway.
Mm,
Just like being, oh, this is my best friend, and obviously it's mixed with Hikaru's emotions as well. So which means you have this being of which doesn't feel quite like the Nonuki, but also doesn't exactly feel like
mm,
Hikaru either. But like an amalgamation between the two, and it feels like he's like that being is trying to understand humans and friendship at the same
mm.
time, but doesn't quite get it. And it learns over the 12 episodes. You see this being learn and be like change itself to wanna be better as well.
It's funny you say like not quite Hikaru because like when you watch the series, I don't know
Yeah.
if the anime's like this, but like we've technically never known Hikaru like actual Hikaru.
No.
We've only ever known whatever this is.
Yeah, we get the backstory bits of him, and even then, like, we don't really understand him too much until like well, we get like breadcrumbs throughout the
Mm,
series, like of when Yoshiki and the real Hikaru were hanging out and stuff like that, and like you get like little bits and pieces here and there of like what the real Hikaru was like.
mhm.
And then it gets to the point, I think it must be in episode like 11 or 12 or something, where like the Nonuki Hikaru hybrid, I'm just going, I don't know what to exactly call it, like, is like, oh, Hikaru doesn't like I like movies, I like studying, I like my favorite food is this, Hikaru's food is this, like starts listing off all the differences as an attempt to push Yoshiki away. And then that's where you're like, oh, okay, yeah. So, what is left behind of Hikaru apart from memories at this point
Mm,
that the Nonuki is kind of using? And it's a really interesting concept, and a really interesting friendship kind of dynamic between them, and the series really does lend itself like to that, I guess.
it, like you know when you think if, and this is just a huge if because let's face it, cannot confirm, and I'd rather not get the confirmation that these folk tales and things exist. Um, if you were in the same situation, it's kind of like how would you react? And I honestly don't know. Like sometimes I mean I guess maybe that's part of the theming and the
Mm.
message of the whole series is like learning maybe to let go, or is it bad to hold on too tightly to these memories? You know what I mean? Like, because if you're Yoshiki, then are you really dealing with what you know? Like, are you really processing that you've lost your friend? because like
Mm.
from outside looking in, you're just watching this kid like desperately, and I do mean desperately, like clutch
Mhm.
to his friend who is in front of him, but not
Yeah.
really his friend. But when you're kind of like at some point, isn't it better to just let go and then process the memories and then have Hikaru be Hikaru, and whatever this is whatever
Yeah.
this is.
It's such an I think you're right, especially when you were like saying about when you put yourself in Yoshiki's shoes, because I think any viewer of this series is gonna think like that. Because any viewer like is gonna have, oh, what would I do if my best friend was in that
Mm,
situation? And you immediately think, wait, what would I be doing here? And it's like
it's a tough one,
it's
huh?
a really it is a really tough one because obviously I can understand where Yoshiki's coming from because his friends
Mm,
died and he's not ready to say goodbye yet. But then again, this isn't his friend, and he knows that.
mm.
But he's also like, and by the end of the series, you see this like turn where he's like, "I don't care that you're not Hikaru. I still want you to be around." Basically,
Again, that's why it's kind of difficult because it's like I find it hard to root for Yoshiki, like especially because it's like, but I mean by this point, in our 30s,
hmm
was some of us have definitely dealt with loss, and I'm like, but I've dealt with it myself, so I'm like, you
hmm
should just. It's an animated series. It's a manga. Obviously, it's not a real person, so I can't just turn around and be
mm,
like, "Dude, just stop, just stop. You're causing
yeah,
yourself more pain." But like, when you sit there and you watch it and you think this already isn't good. He was told, "Whatever
mm,
you're doing, you're you are selling part of yourself away. Essentially, you will
yeah,
lose yourself in the process." And like, it's kind of realistic in that sense, where like, if you aren't willing to deal with processing that your friend is gone, you would also end up losing who you are because of the grief and stuff. So it's kind of like I I feel for him, I really do, because it's like, man, that's your best friend, like that's someone he's hung out with since they were kids, like probably every day for hours on end,
oh yeah, yeah,
right? But then you're also like, man, this is painful to watch, isn't it? Like, come on, like especially like that last episode where he's like,
oh,
where
yeah,
Hikaru's like you said, Hikaru's like, oh yeah, Hikaru like this, and but I like this, and then it's like the reflection of Yoshiki in the water, and he's like, I'm a monster. I don't care. I'm a monster. I'm a monster too.
yeah.
And you're like, what is going on?
It is. It gets really existential at times, and I think what this series is like, especially season one, feels, and it probably is further on down the line as well. I generally expected this to be a 12 episode and done series as well. As soon as I found out that it wasn't over, I was like, "Oh, okay, shit. Like, there's
Yeah,
more to this." Um, and then as soon as I found out that, I was like, oh shit. So it's a tale of like dealing with that grief. And I feel like it's like you said, like people have processed this, like people have different ways of processing grief. And at this point, it's still really early stages for Yoshiki. And
mm,
I think it really does show how different people deal with it. It's like you said, like everyone's experienced loss at some point. And it's just like I didn't expect it to be this deep as a
yeah,
series. Like, and again, I think I expected I expected it at the start when I wasn't watching it. Then I got into the series and I was like, huh, okay, this is interesting. And then went full circle. I was like, oh shit, this is still a deep series. It just has mad horror supernatural elements to it as well.
right.
Like,
And we've only
so
touched on just the main guys. We haven't
yeah,
even
yeah,
talked about the other stuff going on, like the
yeah, yeah.
B plot, quote unquote, for lack of a better term. But
hmm
like, there's this whole other thing going on in this town. There's people who can hear the voices.
Yeah.
There was that whole thing with the old guy.
Yeah, like oh god, they're like all these entities are appearing up, and
Mm,
they say that, and it's like I can't remember what the spirit medium's name is, but she was saying that like because Nonuki's here, is like a lightning rod, and it's attracting more and more entities.
Yeah.
So, and Yoshiki is also being that because he's around Nonuki. So you're getting all of these like beings appear up, and what feels like as a series quite a like old school supernatural at times, but
Mm.
with a modern twist. I feel like there's loads of like really good points coming in from this series, and I'm like, wow, I'm like, it's done really well to incorporate all these things with it.
I'm super interested in the supernatural part as well because it's always that same meeting of old boys, like the
Mhm.
three old guys and
Mm,
then that one other guy from the company,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then they all talk about your families have the
Mm,
responsibility of keeping, I guess, different yokai or whatever. Each family had a responsibility to keep a certain one in check, and it is told to us like towards the end again with the really creepy old guy that has the katana,
yeah.
that Hikaru's family, the Indo family, did something wrong or like messed up at some point, and they're still paying for it to this day. So it's like
Mm.
we get really, it's even worse than with Yoshiki and Hikaru. Like we're getting drip fed this other stuff in the background, but like literally drip fed because we really don't know much about what's
Right.
going on.
I want to ask your opinion on this as well because this does involve the guy with the hamster who is from the
Hmm.
company. Because obviously he's brought here to be like to investigate the Nonoki
Hmm.
stuff and Hikaru's death, and then I think it's in the last episode or like the 11th episode. He goes to the that old guy's house
Yeah, yeah.
and says, "Oh, it is all just a coincidence. This has nothing to do with the Indo family's sin. They just been doing this for years, and it has no link. Like you've just been wasting your time, basically." And the
Hmm.
guy's like, "What?" Um, but do you think that he's covering for Yoshiki and Hikaru, or do you think that it actually is a nothing thing? Because I anticipated that like this guy obviously like he's still quite an enigma at this point.
Mm.
This hamster dude, he just goes around listens to his little like anime track or whatever he's listening to with his hamster, and he's blind as well, and you're like hearing like, wait, what? There's like so much stuff here that like we still don't know about this guy, but he seems very much in Yoshiki and Hikaru's corner as well, especially toward in that last episode. It feels like he's there to help him. I could be completely wrong. I don't know how the series continues, but what's your opinion on that scenario?
So I think he's covering up, but not to help Yoshiki
Mm-hmm.
and Hikaru. I think there's a bigger plot, and the company and him have more to do with. And this is just pure conjecture. I have no idea. I don't read the
Mm-hmm.
manga.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. Yeah.
didn't know there was a manga until I did research. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think that his company is doing some sort of research
Mm-hmm.
on kind of folklore and yokai and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and potentially using that research to benefit themselves. Whether this is
Right. Okay.
whether
Yeah.
this is like we're learning how they work so we can trigger them and then send someone in to save people and then charge, or if this is
Mm,
we can trigger this to get rid of these small villages, buy up land
mm-hmm.
for some sort of expansion. I don't know. I haven't fully decided on what my conjecture is, but I think there's
Yeah.
some sort of nefarious company goings on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I also think that this guy
Mm-hmm.
may be a member of the Indo family.
Interesting. I did think this at times. I was thinking, is there a link between them and stuff like that? I was
The
curious
thing
about
is,
that. I feel like
people
yeah.
people in the village, like those old guys, seem to know him. So I'm probably wrong,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
or maybe he's like a branch of the Indo family. Maybe he
Yeah. He has
was.
that same kind of. It's the
Yeah,
hair,
well,
I think,
like
which is the thing, but it
I
could
think
also just
yeah,
be like,
it is the
yeah.
hair, but it's also like he himself says he can't sense these things. So that's why I'm thinking maybe he was a branch member, not part of the main
Mm,
family, but the responsibility maybe when whatever happened they messed up, maybe it fell to him and
mm,
he couldn't fulfill the duty, so it's now extra snowballing of failures
okay, yeah.
or
Mm,
something. And maybe he himself might be coming back to help specifically because he's trying to cover up and clean out and like I don't know,
mm,
come back, like fix his family name. I don't know.
yeah.
For all I mean, I also have a joke answer, and the joke answer is it turns out he's a jujutsu sorcerer. So there you go.
It does, oh my god, no! You're so right. There is parts of this which are like it feels very JJK, just with less action. This is what it
Mm,
feels like, and there's that point where he comes to that guy's house and hey, give this to your dad for me, and he gives him the sword is the thing he got
mm,
that he got from the company guy. So it's like, wait, so what is the crack here? Was it to track down Nonuki, or was it to like just give this fucking demon a sword? Like what was the crack here with that? And but I also feel like him and the company are like at like butting heads at times as well, because I think it's really early on in the episodes where the company rings him and said, hey, you need to give us regular updates, and he's like, he gives them like the bare minimum. He's like, yep, cool, I'm looking into it, it's still going on, and they're like, okay, thanks. Like it feels like he's there with the company but also reluctantly at the same time. Like he could
mm,
betray them at any moment, which I think could be, which is why I'm thinking that if he betrays the company and helps Hikaru and Yoshiki,
mm-hmm,
um, then there could be something there. They also got the fact that the spirit medium did get a visit from who I assume is from the company at the end as well.
mm.
So there's that. So there's so much more to go on, and I'm looking forward to when season 2 does come out, because I'm looking forward to seeing what answers like I get from this.
You
Um,
are assuming we get answers, not more
I'm
questions.
hoping so. I mean, again, this what I was also surprised about is that this manga is still ongoing as well.
Mm,
I assumed that we'll get a season 2 and then it will end. But no, it's still going right now.
yeah.
So we assumed that we probably either get like debating on whether the manga finishes soon or whatever. I don't know what the situation is if it is 7 volumes right now. Um
And we don't know how
and
far into the 7 volumes we are.
exactly, yeah.
Like,
So
what if this is just volume one?
I mean, if they've made a 12 episode anime out of 1 volume, I'd
Okay,
be like,
yeah,
okay, shit, what?
that's pretty crazy. It's probably two
But
at
I imagine,
least,
but
but
usually it's like, but 12 episodes is usually like 4 volumes at least, right? I'd assume so. And again, they haven't actually said when season 2 is coming out. They've said that it's in production,
yeah.
but they haven't said. So God knows what the crack is going to be with that in the end, where when it comes out. Like, because there was like, oh, there's some speculation that it's coming out this year, but I'm like, is it? It's freaking
I'd
December
imagine
now.
the earliest, because this came out this summer of
Hmm.
2025, July 6th. So I reckon the earliest is next summer of 2026 at the
Mm.
earliest, you know, but it depends though, because with animation, sometimes it takes a lot. It can take
Mm.
time,
Oh yeah.
but we're also talking about Netflix. So, but then Netflix is, I think they only license it. I don't think they've got that much involvement in this,
They
really.
they could be doing the thing that Netflix always does, and here's a bulk of episode. I can't remember. Was this week? I can't even remember if this was week to week or bulked at the same time either. I wasn't looking at it at the
Yeah,
time
by
when it
the
was
by the
released.
time we got to it, all 12
It was
episodes
all
were out.
12.
So,
Yeah, yeah. So
um,
someone could respond to that if they've got an answer. But yeah. Yeah. Knowing Netflix, sometimes they do that 12 episodes here, 12 episodes there, because
yeah,
like they
but
split the season too, don't they? But
I don't. I would really hope this isn't done like that. But I mean, like the ending,
I feel, yeah,
ending of these 12 episodes, like I could see it kind of being like we'll see what happens, like. But then
yeah,
you wouldn't put out you wouldn't put out like 12 episodes and then be like season 2 confirmed, because like in my research it's literally like
yeah.
as the season finished, it was like
Mhm.
season 2. So
Right.
so
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think it was that it was coming out, and then everybody reacted and the reception was good, and then it was like cool, we're
That
creating
is,
season 2.
yeah. That's
So
a. I feel like that's what they do with it. They see the reaction of the first 12 episodes and then decide whether to green light that second season. I think
so
it's what a lot of animes are doing that. To be fair, like they're doing that.
I mean, it makes sense,
Like, yeah.
from a show standpoint to just you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but oh God, I really hope we get more answers than questions. But
Mm,
it's anime, and they want to keep you watching, so for a fact we'll get
mhm.
some answers and more questions
Yeah.
because that's how it
Hmm.
always
Yeah.
goes.
That's yeah. It's literally that. Is that storytelling do be like
Yeah,
that?
it.
I mean, that's what I do like about this because, like, you do get those questions from the start, and then like they slowly do get answered, but it's like you said, more questions come up from that. And it's also like I was trying to put my finger on it when I was trying to describe it to someone. I was like, what actual series is this? What is this? Like, it's supernatural. It feels like a mystery at times. It feels
Mm,
like there's horror elements. Like, it's hard to put a specific genre on it, I feel.
it definitely is. I think the
Supernatural
only
is the key
I
thing, I
was gonna
feel,
say
I'd say.
Supernatural is
Yeah.
like the only one I would definitely just slap on there and be like, cool,
Yeah,
that can
yeah.
stay. I mean, if you just want to use buzzwords, then yeah, supernatural, horror,
Yeah.
I guess a little slice of life.
Yeah. It's true.
But
Yeah, there's quite a lot of that kind of
but
stuff in
that's
there, yeah.
again, if you want to like try and reduce it down to just like some buzzwords, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
exactly, yeah.
it's definitely one of those. It's hard to explain.
Mm.
Even I mean, like look at the breakdown. That was from Netflix itself. 6 months ago, Hikaru vanished for a
Yeah.
week. Now his best friend senses something to miss and confronts him. The harrowing truth emerges. That tells you very little
That
about
is
what
and
actually
that is
happens.
basically the first 5 minutes of the actual show itself.
Yeah,
Like that is
exactly.
that's 5 minutes of the first episode. And then from there it's like where is it? But
So like, I feel like it is one of those where you just like kind of have to like look. It's good. Go watch it,
yeah.
and then if people don't vibe with it or people just don't stick with it, then you're like, okay, well, that's a shame. You're gonna miss out on something cool. But yeah, I don't think it's one that I could explain to someone without saying too much.
Nah. Yeah, exactly. It's like because immediately, like, if you explain the concept, then you're like, oh, okay, so I know that like you want someone to be caught off guard by it.
Mm,
I think that's what I like. You don't want to get like talk about it at all, really. You just say, look, go watch it. Like, trust
yeah,
me, like
for
watch
sure.
the first 2 episodes. If you ain't vibing with it, then that's it. Like, I think the first 2 episodes summarize it perfectly in terms of genre, because you're gonna get the horror elements, you're gonna get the supernatural, and you're gonna get quite a lot of slice of life
Mm.
breakdown, which I think is the 3 points it really touches on. Um, and yeah, like if you, it feels like if you like JJK, if you like Junji Ito, if you like Aldo Hana, then there you go, amalgamation of all three.
I don't know. I throw Alno Hana in there
No, yeah,
so much.
Yeah, no,
That
it's less
one
than
is
that. Yeah,
weird. I
it's a
never
proper
thought I.
tale of grief, though. That's
It
the thing. It's
is,
a grief
but
thing. Yeah.
I want to say that Alno Hana is more wholesome than this.
Oh, yeah.
But
There's,
that
I
is not
mean,
a word I ever thought I would say in reference to Anohana.
about
Let's just say that.
no, that is that. If you want to break down into tears, Ao no Hana is your kind of series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I
Oh
do want to
god.
touch on as well within this anime that it's the occasional jump scares of realism that you're getting in this.
Mm,
Like they're like, oh, where he's describing what it feels like with the hole in Hikaru's chest. It feels like raw chicken, and it just cuts to raw chicken. You're like, oh, okay. And then there's like that being in the woods, that woman that's
yeah.
swaying back and forth, and then it kind of looks like, oh, that looks like an actual person that's done that. Like,
Yeah.
or it was even like a nicer part of it, I guess, is in episode 12 where they're on the train and you get those cutaways of them actually like an actual train
Mm.
where Hikaru and Yoshiki are actually like animated onto it, which is I think quite a cool concept. I don't think you don't see it much in anime at all, but I
No.
think that was actually a really cool shot. I actually really like that one. But yeah, there's little glimpses. Oh, it's also the mouth on Yoshiki at the end as well.
Yeah.
And it's like that's an
Yeah.
actual. That is like, oh, okay, that is.
But like in terms of anime, that they've used it for good effect though, innit? Because it's like
yeah,
it's so jarring that you're like, that is horrific, innit? Like it really
it's
adds to the
uncomfortable at
horror
times,
vibe.
isn't it? Yeah.
But like it's really cool. It
Hmm.
the only other time I can think of like mixed reality animated
Mm.
shows is like The Amazing World of Gumball on
It is,
Cartoon
it, or it's
Network.
like, or it's like SpongeBob, in it. Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's occasional bits again with the mouth on that. Okay, SpongeBob does it really creepily, where it's like the mouth animated on someone's.
But you know
But
what I
no,
mean? Like
Gumball is
it's
it's a really good example of that. Yeah, yeah.
I don't
In
really
anime, I
see it
haven't seen it done.
too much. I mean, like in season 3 of Fire Force, there
Oh
was
yeah,
some like real life stuff, but that was like
yeah,
different. It was just kind of like stills of like environment,
yeah,
kind of like colored over, so it's like
yeah.
not quite the same.
But yeah, some really cool animation points in this series, and especially like the when you see the Nonuki come out of Hikaru as well. It's quite like it's like that
Super
cell. It's
psychedelic
like
and yeah.
yeah, like the colors in it. Like it's kind of is it like trypophobia or typophobia or something where you have
Yeah,
a
yeah.
fear of holes?
Yeah,
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 it's like
trypophobia,
I
yeah.
feel like anyone that's really triggered by that might look at that and be like, "Ooh," like it's even at times I was like, "This looks uncomfortable." Like there's something about the cell thing of it, or like the
Well, I mean,
pattern.
it's
It
supposed
does,
to, isn't
yeah,
it? Like it's supposed to be like trippy and like
yeah.
ethereal and like weird.
Ethereal is up there, yeah.
So it makes
It's
sense.
biblically accurate, like a biblically accurate angel. Yeah. I mean, he does look through that thing of like the breakdown of art, doesn't he? In his
Mhm.
dad's book, and then finds what looks like a. Is that what he actually finds what it's called? I can't remember what they actually call it
I
because it's named something in that book, but obviously
I
they
don't
don't really
remember.
bring the name up again. Yeah, no, it begins with G. That's all I remember. But no, yeah, like I think at the end of the day, though, if anyone said should I watch this anime, I'd highly recommend this. I think it was a really good watch. I think, and again, I wouldn't tell people why, but it is a, yeah, I would definitely recommend it, and I am looking forward to season 2 as well.
Yeah, same. I would recommend it, but again, whereas when you can't explain, it's a hard
Yeah,
thing to just be like, "Please, look,
just watch
just
it. Yeah,
trust me, okay?" Like I'm not saying anything on purpose. Just
yeah.
trust me. But saying that, I did note down the names of the openings and endings because like
Mm-hmm.
they're
Yeah.
not bad. They grew on
I
me.
did like the opening, yeah. I think I only started skipping it towards the end because I'm like, I want to see
Yeah,
what's happening next. That's I would never skip them usually. I think, well, Netflix automatically skip the ending, so
yeah.
I don't remember it too much.
That's why
But
I did actually have to type it in and then like have a
yeah,
quick listen on YouTube before we started recording because I was
yeah,
like, I don't know that I remember what this is, and now that you said it, I'm
mm,
like, that's why because Netflix would have just skipped that.
yeah.
So I probably heard it once.
But the opening by Saikai by Valdi, who is like quickly becoming quite a
Mm?
big anime band. Like I'm getting
I
more and
was gonna
more
say like that's a
Valdi.
name I've heard a fair amount recently. I feel like.
Yeah. Because I think they did what was it? One of the openings for
Oh yeah, yeah, Ranking of Kings.
Ranking King. That was it, right? So it was they did an intro for Ranking of Kings. I'm sure they did anyway. And they've also done the Sakamoto Days opening as well.
Right, Sakamoto Days as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where I've heard it most recently. I was just checking my notes from Ranking of Kings. I think it's
Yeah.
opening 2 because at the time I didn't like opening 2, so I didn't note it down. But opening 2
Mm,
since has grown on me. So
yeah. But yeah, is there anything else you want to say about this anime, Nathan, before we wrap this episode up?
no, I think I've said everything. And honestly,
Yeah.
I hope everybody who has listened to this by this point at the end of the episode, I hope you've watched it, because otherwise,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why you watch this or listen to this. Like,
we always say it like if you haven't watched the series, why are you listening? But no, I hope that anyone listening is also quite hyped for season 2. Please do not give us any spoilers in the manga because we don't want to know those.
Yes.
I'll definitely be tuning in season 2 when it's out though.
Well, I would like to, but I am also someone who likes all the episodes to be out before I go and watch a thing, because I just
So true, yeah.
can't do the week-to-week thing anymore. Because I
Yeah.
forget. I always forget to come back.
Luckily, it's at that point now where, like, I feel like this series isn't big enough to give spoilers, because I definitely didn't see any spoilers for season 1 anyway. So I think you'd be quite safe if it is a week to week. Yeah, I mean,
I didn't even hear about this until you were like, "Hey, you heard about this anime on Netflix? We should watch that." I'm like, okay.
yeah. But yeah, I think we'll be safe for spoilers for the most part. I feel anyway. But yeah, looking forward to season 2. If anyone else has watched it, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And yeah, this brings this episode to an end. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for future Cultured Boys videos. Click the links in our description. We have all of our podcast platforms down there. And we will see you guys next time for another Cultured Boys episode. Bye bye.
Bye.